Hey everybody, it's Brett with Revelation Plumbing. I just want to do a walkthrough to this house that we're looking at and show some common plumbing problems we run into daily and stuff to look for if you're buying a new house or in your original home. A lot of times people hire handymen to do plumbing and they don't know the code and they're not professional. First thing here is the stack ABS. They have a clean out at the base. That's great. You see the purple primer here. Not the cleanest, but at least you know it's primed. You take a look at the rest of the pipe though. You see no primer. And that's not a good sign because we don't know if they just glued it together, and they make you prime it because it helps the pipes bond together. So without primer, these could start leaking, they could blow apart. It's not good. You always want to see a little bit of purple primer. So gas lines, see how they're starting to rust out? Some ways to prevent that, just spray paint it. Spray paint it gray, it makes it look prettier. It's going to prevent it from rusting and eventually leaking. And then we see this sump pump, very sloppy. I always recommend using, this is a check valve here. I recommend not using a Fernco check valve. I prefer hard pipe check valves. You can see that's part of the reason it's bowed out like that is because it's just rubber Ferncos. And it should have a ball valve above it for when you service and work on it. And also, they use drainage fittings. So you should never use drainage fittings in a pressurized system. You use pressure fittings so they don't blow apart. So let's continue to walk through. As soon as I see all those PEX and crossing over, I know a handyman was here instantly. You never want to see that. That's a clear sign this was a handyman job, just by the looks of it. So nothing wrong with the PEX. I mean, they use the crimp type, which reduces the flow of water. Professionals usually use PEX A, which doesn't reduce the flow of water, and they keep it nice and neat and not just hanging around unstrapped. Water heaters, they used flex lines. Not preferred, but there's not a huge issue with that. But you can see they use shark bite fittings. Those tend to blow off if the pressure ever gets too high or pipe freezes. Those will be the first things to blow off. Water service looks all original. You always know where to find your main shutoff. And it's always right before the water meter, which looks like this. I always recommend if you ever go on vacation, you just shut that valve off. That saves you from a ton of damage if any leak springs up while you're on vacation. So always keep that in mind. Second thing, we're going to bring you back here. So this is totally wrong. As you can see, this laundry tub should be vented, which it's not. And you can see they have the condensate for the HVAC system just pumping into this pipe, which does not have a trap. So it's going to let sewer gas smells up. So you always want to see a trap, which is basically just a fitting that looks like a U. And that prevents sewer gas from coming up. And here's the incorrect way to do a trap. They just glued a street 90 into a regular 90. That is not the same thing as a P-trap. So that can cause issues, but good for them for at least attempting to put a trap on. But that is not the proper way. And those are some things to look for when looking at buying a home or your original home. Some things you might want to fix before they cause bigger issues. Have a great day, everyone.